Oh, pull you down for the count now. Take that, DJ boy. What you think you're doing? Yeah, I say, all right. Take it, baby. Keep going till you stop. All right, yeah. We moving now, man.
Hello and welcome back everyone. In today's video I am taking a look back at a game that I played on a Megadrive that I never knew existed in the arcades until about 1999. Isn't MAME great? DJ Boy was a side-scrolling beat-em-up where the hero is on roller skates and slides around the place beating up folk on his way to rescue his kidnapped girlfriend. I know, it's not the most original concept for a beat-em-up, but when it came out on the Megadrive, I couldn't wait to give it a go. But more on that later. The arcade version was released in Japan and North America only in 1989, which does explain why it wasn't a game I seen in the arcades. The game sees the player take control of DJ Boy as he skates across various stages and utilises hand-to-hand combat moves in order to defeat opponents, culminating with a battle with a boss at the end of each level. Along the path, the player also encounters prizes, which then can be used later to purchase power-ups from a store located at the end of each level. The game sports some pretty rough visuals, even for 1989. Each of the sprites and backgrounds has this grainy look to them. It's not a terrible mess or anything, but if you ask me, the visuals are bang average. The backgrounds are pretty bleak as well, but that might have been done intentionally to create the rundown look that so many beat-em-ups like to portray. The sound in the game is actually pretty good. There is a fair amount of sampled speech, although it's not very intelligible. And I realise the irony there as I comment on it in this video. And all the punches and slaps sound pretty decent, but it's the funky soundtrack that is just sublime in this game. This game features some real funky upbeat music throughout, and the tunes are good, even if they do sound digitised at times. But for me, the playability is where this game shines. The combat is more akin to that of Kung Fu Master and Altered Beast, in that it only takes a few hits to dispatch the smaller enemies. But the end of level bosses are far tougher, and it's the end of level bosses that make this game. As a middle-aged man, I still find flatulence funny, so when seeing the first level boss lifting her skirt and giving off a huge green trump, I found it quite amusing, and the inner child in me approves of that move. But farting aside, it's the bosses that make this game. The second boss is this male stripogram, a sort of Chippendale with a ridiculous walk, an even more silly moveset. And then there is the glam rock band that gets beat up, which, when I play, is very satisfying, as I can't stand glam rock. But all of these little quirks just show that this game doesn't take itself too seriously, and it's all about having a laugh as you play, and there just isn't enough of that these days. The arcade game wasn't massively popular, I don't think, but I do remember seeing screenshots of this game in the back of computer and video games magazines and Mean Machines, and when it was described as a beat 'em up on rollerblades, I knew it was a game I wanted to give a try. As I said earlier, I played the Megadrive version even before I knew this existed in the arcades. But the main appeal of this game for me was that it was a beat 'em up. You have to understand that when this game came out in Japan and America, it was even before Streets of Rage existed. And as a beat 'em up fan, the only real beat 'em up Megadrive owners had was still Golden Axe. And while Golden Axe is one of the best games ever on the Megadrive, by the spring of 1991, I had gotten a little bored of Golden Axe and was desperate for a proper beat 'em up to appear. The screenshots in the magazines made this game look pretty good, and at Computer Genius in Paisley, they had a copy on Japanese import which they had playing on a UK Megadrive, and I looked at it and thought it was definitely worth a punt. But when I got it home, the disappointment set in rather quickly, as this game is pretty depressing to play. For a start, you get no lives, only continues, and I found the game pretty challenging, even on easy mode, and this made it off-putting. Visually, it's not that bad for a Megadrive game. I thought the sprites all looked pretty good, and in my mind at that time, I would keep telling myself that this is how a game would look in the arcades. Especially as the Megadrive had been marketed as an arcade machine at home. And I had no idea at that point that this was an actual arcade port. Even on the title screen, I never twigged that the original game was an arcade game. I guess I was blinded by myself hankering to play a beat 'em up on the Megadrive. The little cutscenes that crop up look brilliant, with this comic style appearance to them, and the backgrounds looked like what you would be expecting from a Megadrive at this stage in its life cycle. The sound I thought was really good, albeit the sound effects are a little wispy, but the tunes were great. But it was the challenge of the game that made it very disappointing, and while I like a challenge, there was something about DJ Boy that never compelled me to pick it up and have another go. It just wasn't addictive. And when the magazine reviews came out, the game was slated. All the magazines said it was too easy. Are they kidding? I never found it easy at all. It was a challenge that really put me off. Had the game given the player a couple of lives, I might have a different opinion on it, but 1 life per credit is an artificial challenge in my book. I am not sure if DJ Boy ever got an official UK release, but even if it did, the terrible magazine reviews practically ensured it wasn't going to sell in any great numbers. And just a few months after I picked up the Japanese import copy, Streets of Rage got released in every market. And well, with competition like that, it would have been even harder for DJ Boy to find a place in many Megadrive gamers' collections. I still go back and play DJ Boy on MAME from time to time. The arcade game is pretty good in my book, but stay away from the Megadrive version. It's a pretty lackluster gaming experience. And that was my brief look back at DJ Boy. If you liked this video, then please do all the usual like, comment and subscribe malarkey. And a massive thank you to all of those who have commented and subscribed already. Your feedback and support really does go a long way in helping the channel grow, and I do appreciate all of you. So thank you from me. And that's all from me, folks. Thanks for watching.